Om Shri Sairam. We begin today's session with three Omkars. Om, Om, Om. Om Shri Sairam. Pranams at the divine lotus feet of our most beloved Bhagwan, respected elders, and my dear brothers and sisters. Today, we are fortunate to have amongst us in this 36th online session of Sai Samarpan, Brother Arvind. Brother Y. Arvind is an alumnus of the Sri Satya Sai Institute of Higher Learning Prashanti Nilayam campus. He joined BSc Chemistry Honours program in the year 1992 and followed it with MSc Chemistry and MBA, and then earned a diploma in Indian culture and philosophy in the year 2000. As a student, he has acted in 5 convocation dramas, played the lead trumpet in the Institute Broadband for 6 years, and was blessed with innumerable opportunities to speak in Bhagwan's divine presence on 62 occasions. After his studies, Bhagwan sent him along with other 12 students to IIMS Delhi, where he had the privilege to be trained under Dr. P. Venugopal, former director of AIMS, for a year to be a clinical perfusionist. With Bhagwan's blessings, he joined the super specialty hospital at Whitefield and served there for 11 years as a technical officer, senior technical officer, senior manager public relations, and senior manager orthopedics at Puttaparthi. He has also designed and managed the websites for the super specialty hospitals. He then moved to Narayana Hridayalaya, Hyderabad, as a senior manager operations, followed by senior consultant at NHSRC, project manager at Reliance Foundation, assistant director Q&A with DOHM FW Government of at AP, head healthcare at DIPL, and now an independent consultant for healthcare operations, quality assurance, L&D, and HCIT. He was blessed to contribute an entire chapter of Satyam Shivan Sundaram Volume 7, a drama within a drama, is a recounting of his experiences, where he essayed the role of Bhima in the convocation drama of 1997. A gifted conversationalist, public speaker, writer, director, actor, and dramatist, he has scripted and directed 7 dramas presented to Bhagwan for the annual sports and cultural meet at Prashanti Nilayam, namely Jayadeva, Annamaya, Adi, Adi Kavi Valmiki, Sant Kabir, which I was fortunate to be part of, Bhakta Potana, Bhakta Pralada, and Sant Tukaram. These are his innumerable contributions to the Prevan campus. I would now request Brother Y. Arvind to share his thoughts with us.
Om Shri Sairam. Thank you so much for the wonderful introduction, Abhinav. लगता है मुझे उतने सारे acronyms नहीं डालना चाहिए था या फिर abbreviations नहीं डालना चाहिए था. But all said and done, everything that we are, everything that we are going to be is entirely at the divine grace of Swami, and it is His blessings that we are who we are. Twamaksharam param veditavyam, tvam asya visvasya paramam nidhanam, tvam avyayah shashvata dharma gopta, sanatanastum purusho mato me. Generally, when I'm given an opportunity to give a talk, जब मुझे ऐसा मौका दिया जाता है तो जनरली मैं उस टॉक का कोई टाइटल नहीं डालता, क्योंकि जो भगवान उस टाइम पे दिमाग में डालते हैं, स्मरणम मननम निधिध्यासनम जो होता है उस टाइम पे, जब whatever स्वामी throws into my head वो इस इंस्ट्रूमेंट से बाहर निकलता है. लेकिन कल जब मुझे बोला गया कि कोई एक टॉपिक दो जिसके ऊपर हम we will expand and we will discuss, the immediate thought that came to me was the invisible hand of God. क्योंकि साइंस बोलता है what you see is what you believe, what you breathe is what you believe, what you feel is what you believe. साइंस बोलता है all this is what science, क्या कहते हैं, evidence based medicine, this tamasha that we keep hearing in all healthcare setups. We want proof of everything, hame all kinds of stuff. But in reality, what kind of evidence can one claim, or what kind of evidence can one ask for something that is inexplicable? So that is when the thought came that throughout this COVID time, throughout our lives, forget COVID, COVID is just a small piece of eternity. Throughout our entire lives, there is one particular moment that we will always feel. Not just one, multiple such moments where we feel that yes, ye miracle hua. Now this is something great. This is something wonderful. Something magical has happened. Yeah, and that's what we call a miracle. And the great Einstein, the Albert Einstein, a great spiritualist, even Swami used to quote him as a great spiritualist. He says you can live life only in two ways. One, as if every moment is a miracle. Two, as if nothing is a miracle. And why am I saying all this? Why are we talking about miracles? Why are we talking about, the lo and behold stuff? That is because the human mind is not able to accept. There is something called as Occam's razor, the concept of an Occam's razor, where we do not look at what is evident, where we do not look at what is right in front of our eyes, but we search and search and search and search for something which brings us back to something right in front of our eyes. We ignore the obvious and look for something esoteric. Unfortunately, getting used to modern art and people like Jackson Pollock making paintings, we forget the beauty of a single flower being painted by a little child with orange petals and a yellow center and green leaves. So, how is all this connected to the invisible hand of God? Now, why am I saying invisible hand of God? Most of us have been blessed with darshan, sparshan, sambhashan of Bhagwan. We've had the opportunity of being in His divine presence in multiple ways. Some of us were fortunate to be pretty close to Him in different layers. Some of us were part of the organization, some of us were students, and after becoming students, we've joined the organization. Some of us were blessed to serve in his institutions. Some are serving in his institutions across the entire world, and more people are actually working to do Swami's mission, to working on Swami's mission everywhere. So why is it that why are we talking about the invisible hand of God? The reason why I selected this topic is because whenever I have an opportunity to interact with people, everybody say, "Sir, स्वामी ने तो हमको छोड़ दिया ना कोविड के टाइम में." This is one common thing that I hear. Swami has abandoned us during COVID time. Why are we undergoing all this suffering? We are all devotees of Swami, and Swami ka kavach रहना चाहिए हम पे. The entire Swami should be like, when I don't know what kavach they are defining, 1,000 kavachas, or if they have seen some science fiction movies of force fields created by people. Hey, come on, yeah. Swami has told a million times that I am just a witness. I have given you free will. ठीक है? दिमाग दिया है. I've given you intelligence. I have given you manas, buddhi, chitta, ahankar. I've given you everything. And I've also told you how to use each one of them. 85 years I have been telling. What have I been doing? I have been constantly communicating with you that I am in you, with you, above you, below you, around you. Everywhere I am there with you. तुम लोग क्यों फिसल जाते हो? Why do you people keep slipping up? I am always there with you. Several times, we have these WhatsApp forwards keep coming. जब से WhatsApp आया है, life has become, I don't know what, continuously you open good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good morning, good evening, good evening, good night. Some half a dozen million inspirational quotations stolen from somewhere. उन लोगों को कुछ काम ही नहीं रहता. Some people have no work. Just keep forwarding, forwarding, forwarding. The word forwarding has become as different. And football forward had some meaning, but in WhatsApp forward it has a totally different meaning. So ever since WhatsApp has come, the story about footprints. I'm sure you people would have heard this story before. There was a gentleman who was walking along with God. I mean, it's a spiritual story, so you have to look at it from a spiritual context. There was a devotee or a person who was walking, and next to him, God was walking, and they were walking along a beach. So when the person looks back, he sees two pairs of footprints. Arey, wow, you, God is there with me. I'm walking along with God. God is there. God is standing right by my side. Very nice, and all that Humpty Dumpty stuff. And then suddenly what happens, he gets into some deep waters, kuch dangerous situation where, and he sees only one pair of footprints. He struggles somehow, really struggles, and then comes out, and then again he sees two pairs of footprints. And then he makes, complaints shuru ho jata hai. All of us human beings think that, we are doing everything. I am the doer. He looks at God and he complains, saying, Bhagwan, what did you do? How unfair is this? When I was going through the worst difficult times of my life, you abandoned me. I saw only one pair of footprints. And now, when everything is hunky dory again, you are standing next to me. How kind of justice is this? How can you say that you are with me? You know, God is Niramaya. He just okay, chilla, chilla, beta, chilla, और जितना भड़ास निकालना है निकाल ले, क्योंकि तू मैम reaction reflection restaurant. But fortunately, at that time, he did not react. He sweetly gave one answer. अरे बेटा, when you were going through the most trying times of your life, agreed, you saw only one pair of footprints over there. And that one pair of footprints was mine because I was carrying you. मैं तेरे को अपने कंधों पे उठा के मैं चल रहा था. That is what you are seeing down there. That pair of footprints are my footprints. I was taking care of you even then. तुम्हें पता ही नहीं है. You don't know. You don't realize. You don't are not even willing to accept that. Why? Because you have a definition of God to which you want me to fit into. You have a definition of what is good and what is bad. You want me to fit everything into that. At what point in time in your life will you actually realize that I am always there with you, and what you are going through in your lives is just your karma? The more devotion you have towards me, the more I will burn it up. You think of me, I think of you. Simplest term Swami told Samuel Sandwich. I wonder how many people have fully read his books or understood the literature, the tons and tons and tons of literature that has been written by Bhagwan's devotees, and how he has communicated to each and every one of them the magic that he is weaving in our lives. You think of me, I think of you. Straight answer. अरे बाप रे, what greater blessing can one have? आंखें बंद करके भगवान के बारे में सोचो. Close your eyes, think of God, and that's it. He's there with you. He will push the mind apart. Some great yogi said, I think it was Vasishtha Yoga, in which sage Vasishtha tells Rama, he's the guru, and he tells his Sishya Rama, Purna Avatar, Amsa Avatar jab utarte, they have to pretend to be human beings. So he also, God has a guru. Wow. So he goes to Vasishtha, looks at him and says, Rama asks him, as if he doesn't know. He asks, where is God? Then sage Vasishtha says, close your eyes. Sorry, just close your eyes. So Rama closes his eyes. Do you see some light beyond your eyelids? Yes, Guruji, I see some light. That is God. That is God. The beauty of the statement is, with your physical eyes, you want to define God. Well, God can be seen only by your perception. See, perception is different from seeing. You agree? You agree? Again and again, I go back to the same story, which I feel is most pertinent to our lives. You are where you are because God wants you there. The first time I had an opportunity to speak in Dharma Kshetra, I shared this story. Whenever I get a chance to give a Samarpan talk, I always mention this. We are where we are because God wants us there. All right? And a great vindication for that is the 9/11 story. I'll just repeat that shortly. All this is part of the invisible hand of God. You don't know. Suddenly, some things will happen and you will find yourself doing things. You would have planned a fantastic day. By the way, tomorrow is Monday. So all of us who have jobs would have already put into our Microsoft Outlook that, okay, ye task list hai, morning this meeting, afternoon this meeting, calendars will be blocked, half a dozen clients overlapping, 30-minute intervals, 10-second gaps. I'll jump this call, go to that call, I'll jump that call, go to this call. All that bumdi boo, we will plan everything. All of a sudden, there is a big power outage and jai ho, your entire block. The entire substation goes for a 6 and there is no power. कहाँ गया तुम्हारा सारा meetings? Then you jump onto your phone. And how long on your phone here? The greatest phones which have been manufactured will not have more than 4 to 5 hours of battery life. No. We'll put, what is that thing called here? Somebody can correct me. The small thing that you attach. Power bank. Power bank dalke will continue the meeting. At the end of the day, eyes will be burnt out, brain will be burnt out, hand will be paining because the power banks are so damn heavy. And all these tamasha we do. Where is all the planning? Agreed. The great Brian Tracy says prior planning prevents poor performance, the 5 P's and all that stuff, 1, 2, 3, ABC, VED, all those fancy acronyms you read across everything. End of the day, in front of Bhagwan, it is just gaya kaam se. So we are where we are because God wants us there. I did not want to narrate that 9/11 experience, but I'm giving a practical example. Anyway, narrative kar dete hain, and it will be a reminder to all of us. After 9/11, there was a PowerPoint presentation which circulated pretty well. At that time, it was pre WhatsApp during the Orkut time. Okay, let us talk about digital ages also. How technology has progressed in building connectivity among human beings. Unfortunately, ghar baithe, there was one family that I know in Puttaparthi that did not even have a mobile phone. I gifted them a mobile phone, the great original Nokia 1100. How many of us remember that thin wafer, wo wafer ki tarah rehta hai, small cute phone with button phones and all that. I gifted that family one phone. Now you know how many they have. Still same number of family members. Only 3 family members are still 7 phones are there in that family. एक फोन से 7 फोन चलाएगा. That is technology. It goes. So back to 9/11. This PowerPoint presentation was about the people who survived the attack. 3,000 people called it a day on that day, but several people survived. So this investigative journalist went in to find out how these people survived. One guy had purchased a brand new car. He wanted to go to office in his brand new car. He comes out, there's a flat tire. And then he starts, literally calling up Beelzebub and everybody saying, brand new car, I spent $30,000 on this flat tire. How do I get to office? He got delayed. That's why he survived. But he was cursing. Another guy, he wanted to go to office, ready ho gaya, his and the new pair of shoes. It's true, huh? All this PPT, I'm still not able to search for it, but once I get it, we'll forward it once again. He was wearing bought a new pair of shoes. It bit him, so he stopped off at a pharmacy to buy a band-aid. He got delayed. He survived. Another guy got stuck in a traffic jam. He survived. Another guy's kid was sick, so he had to take the kid to the doctor. Wife was busy with something else, so he got delayed. Another person's it was the turn in the office to go down and get donuts. यहाँ पे मुंबई में वड़ा पाव और साउथ इंडिया में वड़ा जितना फेमस है वहाँ पे your donuts, which have all of us who are from the west, we all know donuts. And worst part of it is even every single Indian, including a guy sitting in a village somewhere deep inside Telangana in Bellampalli district, he knows what is a donut. So we can imagine the power of consumerism now. So it was his turn to go and get a donut. So that guy went down the 80 floors and went outside to buy a donut. The plane hit and he survived. He was outside the danger zone of ground zero. So all these people survived because of some situation in their life. And each and every one of them was cursing that situation. Flat tire hua, he was cursing the flat tire. Child fell sick, he was cursing the situation. If the shoe bit, he was cursing the shoes. Stuck in a traffic jam, he was cursing the traffic jam. Had to take the kid to the hospital, he started cursing. And had to buy donuts, that also he was cursing. Yaar, tumhare pet to bharne wala hai. Still he was cursing. But they are alive today because of that situation. So we are where we are because God wants us there. We curse the situations that keep us alive. We find fault with moments that keep us alive. And yet, when we look back, we understand that those are the miracle moments of our life. Kisne bheja tere ko bahar? Who sent you out on that day? It was your turn. So who are the set of people who sent you out that day to go get the donuts? They are all God. Let us come to a more ground reality situation over here. Somebody is seriously searching for a job. Somebody has lost a job during COVID time. He's on LinkedIn, which are he or she is on LinkedIn. They are begging, I want an opportunity. Please help me. Please help me. Please help me. 1 year over, 1.5 years. Now, COVID is literally playing football with us in the second phase right now. Or rather, we are allowing us to be played football because COVID, first of all, the virus itself is not a living thing. It is only when we take it into our system that we are giving it power. So, what is Bhagwan trying to teach us? I mean, we can look at this entire scenario at multiple layers. How many of us have seen Shrek? I'm sorry, I'm bringing in an animation cartoon of Pixar animation cartoon into this. In Shrek, especially, I think it is Shrek 1 only. Yeah, in Shrek 1, there's a big discussion between Shrek and the donkey. And then the donkey asks Shrek, why do you react like this? What is all this? Then Shrek says, don't you understand who I am? We ogres are like onions. The donkey says, that means you stink? No, we are onions. We don't stink. We have layers. You have to peel each of those layers to understand what we are right at the center. To be honest, we are all onions. We all have layers at different levels, different thicknesses. We show one set of layers to the world, we another set of layers to ourselves. That is why great philosophers said, you are what you truly are when you are alone. And that solitude is what has been granted to us now. That is my take on this. This is the invisible hand of God. He has blessed us with this solitude. He has given us this time to introspect. Forget about job. You don't have to go out of the house. Agreed. Those who have families, your solitude is limited. I'm not going to question that. But even within that family, you will have time for solitude. I'm telling you honestly, how many memes are coming out about work from home? Really, they are hilarious. Like in the early days of work from home, everybody was like, man, he's working. Let us not disturb him. Sab log chup raho. He'll have conference call. He would have discussions. So don't disturb him. Let us all keep calm and silent. And then when they see that most of these so-called meetings are where you put your microphone in mute and sometimes you switch off your camera also and you're doing whatever you feel like, it happens. I mean, let's not try to fool ourselves that we've not done it. I have done multitasking on certain occasions wherein my role in that entire meeting was only to be there. I've been told, Arvind, you are in this meeting just to be there. आप ज्यादा बात मत करो, बस अब सुनो. अगर सुनना ही है तो कुछ और दूसरा काम भी कर सकता है. You won't believe, I have a berry tree in my garden. Okay, this is a confession to everyone. There's a berry tree we have in our garden. वो क्या आमला बोलते हैं ना, आमला. तो मीटिंग चल रहा है, कैमरा ऑफ करके हाथ में चाकू लेके with a knife in my hand I was literally cutting the amlas, listening to what was going on in the meeting. A very high level meeting was going on in which I have nothing to say. And when elephants fight, ants get crushed na, इस context में मैं I was the ant. So elephants were arguing, big shots were talking. I was just sitting and cutting amla with the camera off. And whenever they ask, Arvind, what is your opinion? Of course, I was listening. Na, काम तो है. So I was giving a good answer to all of them. Point I'm trying to make is, when you get an opportunity to redefine your own life, do you take it or do you let it go? Again, I'm going back to that example. 9/11 Vara. You are where you are because God wants you there. Let us understand. Why do we need to keep cursing the circumstance and the situation looking at the half empty glass? Why can't we try to look at the half full glass? I know it takes time, it takes effort, it takes energy to try to search for a silver lining where only a dark cloud is visible. But do we give up? Some great person said, I think it was Muhammad Ali or one of the great boxers, he said, you are only defeated when you stop getting up. When the moment you decide not to get up, that is when you are defeated. Till then, you are still a fighter. Do we decide to fall? No. क्योंकि जिनके सर पर हाथ हो तेरा कौन बिगाड़े उसकी. That is a beautiful song. When we have Swami with us, when we have faith in Swami, remember, Swami is always with us. I am in you, with you, around you, above you, below you. I am everywhere. I am always with you. Swami repeats that again and again. And all of us know, Bhagwan ka naam kya hai? Satya Sai Baba. It is not that Bhagwan speaks truth. What Bhagwan speaks is truth. When God says, I am in you, with you, around you, above you, below you, why do we still question Bhagwan hamare saath chhod diya? Why do we have these conky questions about, is Swami there with us? Why is Swami doing? Let me answer that question with a quote from Bhagwan himself. I was going through a very rough time in my life. When I was working in the Whitefield Super Hospital, I was going through a very rough time. Of course, क्या होता है ना, कभी-कभी when the instrument begins to feel too much that it is an instrument, there's something called adhyatmika ahankar. There's a spiritual ego that builds up, मैं इतना सेवा कर रहा हूँ, I'm doing so much of seva, I'm doing so much of this, I've evolved to such a great level. This spiritual ego starts. Swami is so sweet, he says, ठीक है बेटा, it's okay, fine, you keep driving, I know where the U-turn is, but if you keep missing the U-turn, na, He's so kind, so gracious and graceful and loving. I don't know, forget all adjectives you can use for Swami. He himself creates a kind of barrier. Road mein, beach mein, ditch bana ke, he'll put one barrier there with a nice sign saying, take a U-turn. And that U-turn was this particular discourse. I was, internally argument. Swami, you have appointed me there. You have given me so much of responsibility, and I am supposed to be fulfilling it, and I am failing, Swami. I am a useless instrument in your hand. So much of negativity. Arey, come on, yaar. Who the hell are you? तू क्या चीज है? I mean, like in my Dharmakshetra Kasturiji's reference I had given, when the great Kasturiji himself was told by Swami himself that if I choose to keep you on the other side, तू जाएगा उस तरफ. If I choose to keep you on this side, you will be on this side as my devotee. For me, only mission is important. Who is Arvind? I mean, Arvind is nothing. Arvind to kuch bhi nahi hai. Arvind can be real. Nobody is irreplaceable in Bhagwan's mission. Swami himself has said that. In this particular discourse, I was sitting just behind the Vedam group. Bhajan group, all of us know. Bhajan group, Vedam group, no share the first block. Originally, it was only Bhajan group. Some 60 fellows used to occupy that place, and all of us used to be seeing the green-eyed monster all the time because they were getting all the blessing from Bhagwan. Then Vedam group came in, so udar ka competition shuru ho gaya hai. So one full line of Vedam group, one full line of Bhajan group will extend. So fortunately, somehow I stole one Kanjira and I was hiding somewhere in the middle of the Bhajan group that day, and Swami was giving a discourse. And Swami, at that point in time, even as Swami was speaking, now this thoughts, mind doesn't stop. Are Amrit is coming towards you, and you are searching for a glass. Are dono haath nahi hai kya? Lekar pee lene ka. That's all. When you're sitting in the river of Amrit, why are you searching for a tumbler? Just le lo, pee lo. Mind will not allow. So still the mind was in a state of chaos. Then sweetly Swami gives a pointed look. I mean, those of us who have been blessed with this experience will know that when Swami looks at you pointedly at one shot, that's meant for you. He has done this to so many boys in Trai. Those of us who were there in Trai Vrindavan will understand this. And those lucky fellows who were there sitting in the first few rows in Sai Kulvantal also will understand. And those elders also, sometimes, Swami gives one side look to the left or to the right. At that time, we know kisko kya chal raha hai. So on that day, that moment, he looked pointedly at me. And then he says, in Telugu, I'll repeat the translation. మంచి జరిగిన స్వామి ప్రసాదమే, చెడు జరిగిన స్వామి ప్రసాదమే, మంచి చెడు మీకు కానీ స్వామి ఎప్పుడు మీకు మంచే చేస్తారు. If good happens, మంచి జరిగిన, if good happens, స్వామి ప్రసాదమే, it is Swami's prasadam to you. చెడు జరిగిన, if bad happens, అది కూడా స్వామి ప్రసాదమే, Swami is giving you that prasadam. మంచి చెడు మీకు కానీ, you have the definition of good and bad. Swami meeku eppudu manche chestaru. God will always do good for you. Matlab, acha hua, good things happen, it's God's grace. Bad things happen, it's God's grace. We are the ones who define what is good and what is bad. Swami has told, Srishtilo lopam ledu, there is nothing wrong with Srishti. Drishtilo lopam undi. You have a problem with your eyes. I'll share you one example. 1990, okay, forget about the year. I think it was my final year. So 93 to 94, 92 to 93, 95. So the class was blessed to get a class interview. I mean, our our juniors will understand the joy of getting a class interview, 112 boys. 100. Can you believe in that small, tiny interview room? There was one 12th standard. There were 112 boys. 112 boys and Swami fit into that tiny interview room. How many of us have seen Harry Potter? उसमें होता है ना, you go into the tent and the tent expands into one huge palace like that. So it's with Swami, it's like that. 112 stinky boys inside that room, all of us sweating like crazy, and Swami is sitting over there. They all fit inside. It is my batch had only 84, but that batch 112. So you can imagine the beauty of that small interview and that precious moments that you spend with Swami. In that interview, there was one brother who was sitting next to Swami, right next to Swami, and one of the brothers sitting towards the end, he raised a question. Swami, you have taught us everything, Swami. We have learned so much at your lotus feet. But when we go out into the world, Swami, everything is bad and negative, Swami. Swami, but what to do, Swami, over there? How to sustain this love for you, Swami? What we see is very bad, Swami. And Swami looks at that boy, he looks at this kid guy standing, the little boy, or the little, not little, my classmate. So how old were we? I forget about it. He was sitting there. Swami takes that guy's glasses and he says, can you see Kanti Jod Kanpistonda? Can you see these glasses? Yes, Swami. These glasses are actually coming between your eyes and Swami, correct? When you put your glasses are on between your face, your eyes, and Swami who's sitting in front of you. Yes. Is it a barrier? Yes, Swami. Is it causing problem? No, Swami. Why is it not causing a problem? Swami, these glasses are actually giving us a clearer picture of you, Swami. So now you understand? It is your glasses that make the difference. You may think that it is a barrier. It is not a barrier. It is something that is going to help you have a clearer picture of what you actually want to see. Do you understand? Again, that guy was blinking. Then Swami told, Swami gave the typical story which tells several times in public discourses. There was this guy who painted his entire house green, and somebody asked him, "Why did you paint your house green?" And he said, "See, the doctor told green is a very soothing color for my eyes. I have some eye problems, so I painted the house green." And the friend says, "Arey nutcase, you could have happily worn green colored glasses. Now, why you had to paint the entire house green? Look at the cost of painting your mansion and look at the cost of glasses." So, moral of the story is this: it is how we perceive a situation that makes a difference to us. The situation is same. There is one movie called Vantage Point. Why am I taking all these movie references? I think people will understand because we can relate to them easily. That movie has got the same story being narrated by 11 different protagonists. 11 different people narrating the same story, but each one of them has a different perspective towards the same incident, same situation, same circumstance. क्यों होता है? Munde munde matir bhinna. Reality remains the same. Our definition of that reality keeps changing. That is why our reaction and our response also changes. This is what Swami keeps on telling when Yama Nachiketa discussion was there. There's beautiful discourses. I still remember wonderful discourses Swami gave. Katopanishad and Kenopanishad. Nachiketa asks Yama, he says, now if I am going to join you, that means this body is finished. What happens to my soul? Then Yama says, you are asking questions beyond your pay grade. I mean, typical answer, which is American movies, American, serials, you say you're asking questions beyond your pay grade. Yama says, no, 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 if I tell you, you won't understand. He says, how do you think you and I are chatting right now? How many people will have the option to actually chat with Yama? So you please tell me. The way Swami narrates, amazing. It's like that beautiful story like Swami narrates. Swami narrates it in Telugu. And then the conversation continues. He says, yes, yes, your body is finished. Once you leave this life, your life ends. But life ends only for a body. Five elements. Body is nothing without God. Just a moment. Yeah. Body is nothing without God. And what is God? God is the energy that is there in your soul. Then Nachiketa says, how do I identify that energy? Then Yama begins to explain systematically the pancha koshas and how the koshas are actually, how the soul is actually within. And then he gives references to the other Upanishads also, Bhriguvalli and Anandavalli. He gives references to that, the different Upanishads, and says, see, you have to understand one thing. You cannot define what is undefinable by using words which are limited by a defined mind. This is a very complicated sentence. It's paradoxical in its own way. It's like the sound of silence. Fancy titles I keep seeing on these music albums. The sound of silence. I mean, what kind of oxymoron is that? Yeah? Silence itself means absence of sound. So what do you mean by saying sound of silence? Sales करने के लिए नाम दिया जाता है. So like that, our ancients mentioned so many paradoxes which obfuscate the mind, which confound the mind and force one to look within. So when again and again when I'm saying invisible hand of God, I really mean to say that every reality is being defined by God. That is beyond our control. As you know, that one of that ISKCON temple wala, very famous Gaur Gopal Das, I think. He sweetly says, he gives a beautiful equation about the problem. And you have a problem. Can you solve the problem? Yes. Then you don't have to worry. You cannot solve the problem, then yes, then you don't have to worry. Like that, he gives a nice thing saying that if there is a problem, if you know how to solve it, you don't have to worry. If you don't know how to solve it, why do you worry? Why do you break your head about things that you cannot control? See, that's the problem with our human mind. Fundamentally, this is the problem with our human mind. For example, I'll tell you this beautiful Chinese whisper thing which Swami also told, Urkene Vintar Chudandi Miru, and there's a beautiful song, Siva 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 Yanarada. In that there is one పొద్దుపోకు ఊరు వారి సుద్దులన్నీ మీరు సిద్ధమవుదురే కడు శ్రద్ధతోడ. ద ब्यूटीफुल ट्रांसलेशन. थ्रू आउट द डे जब लोग बकवास करते हैं ना, क्या ईरानी होटल में बैठ के चाय पीते हुए ए समोसा लेके अरे काइंड ऑफ स्टफ बैठ के नॉन स्टॉप पीपल कीप चैटिंग नॉनसेंस, सिटिंग जॉबलेस फॉलोअर्स will be sitting and they will be discussing how to run the entire country. अरे मोदी को ये करना चाहिए, नहीं नहीं प्रकाश भूषण को ये करना चाहिए, नहीं नहीं उत्तराखंड में ऐसा होगा तो ये. अरे यार, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यू डोंट इवन हैव अ जॉब. You can't even earn 4 pennies and feed your own stomach. बगले वाले के जेब में से पैसा निकाल के उधार से खा रहा है. Even the vada pav that you are whacking right now is somebody else's gift to you, and you are telling how to run the country. Wow, this is how the mind is. Next extreme, they hear something, they don't know what it is, they don't understand what it is, but they won't let go. No, 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 I have to extract some meaning from it, I have to do something. That is the worst part of our human mind. When we cannot understand, we don't let go. We give it some color and we misunderstand. Now that is the big next step. Some meaning you have to extract from it, so you misunderstand. When you misunderstand, what happens? You cannot relate that to your reality, because misunderstanding and reality don't go together. So what happens? You begin to fear that misunderstanding. That is where the bottom line comes. What we do not understand, we fear, and what we fear, we tend to destroy. बेचारा कॉकरोच आया घर में. आई एम गिविंग ए वेरी सिंपल एग्जांपल, ऑल ऑफ अस नो दिस. किचन में कॉकरोच होता है, बाथरूम में कॉकरोच होता है. बेचारा कॉकरोच आया घर में. We think that the cockroach is going to kill us and we kill the cockroach. The cockroach came because we did not clean the place properly. गलती किसकी है? It's our fault. If we had kept the place clean, the cockroach would not have come. We would not have to kill the cockroach. So దృష్టిలో లోపం ఉంది కానీ సృష్టిలో లోపం లేదు. There is a mistake in our vision, but not in Srishti. When you go back again and look at the invisible hand of God, again and again I'm going back to that. Broadband. Right now, by Swami's grace, broadband is running. And let me pray, because there were certain Samarpan sessions and certain satsang sessions wherein power went off in between. So right now, power is running. Thanks to Swami's grace, power is running. Matlab, this is the invisible hand of God. Swami is there. Swami is blessing us that we are all sitting here chatting and listening. How many of us are online right now? 151 brothers, sisters, aunties, uncles, grandmas, grandpas are all here. And we are all talking about Bhagwan. We are all trying to visualize Bhagwan, our own definitions of Bhagwan. I can go. I can tell you stories about Swami. Siddharth can tell you stories. Abhinav can tell stories. मुनीरा आंटी कैन टेल स्टोरीज, अनुज बोल सकते हैं, देवराज बोल सकते हैं, रंगा बोल सकते हैं. सब लोग कहानियां बताएंगे अपने अपने डेफिनेशन भगवान के. How they came to Bhagwan, in the sense how Swami pulled them to their lives. We know every one of us has got our own love affair with God. That is why the book is called Divine Romance. How many of us have read that book? Read it, you'll really enjoy it. Okay, so bottom line, every one of us has our own definition of reality based on our own experiences. And Swami sweetly says, your experience of reality is limited to your evolution. Your evolution of what? Of your mind. Because manayeva manushyanam karanam bandha moksha yog. The mind is the one that turns you towards the world or turns you away from the world. If you want to be stuck in a definition of reality that you have defined for yourself, ठीक है बेटा, I'll wait for you. I am, Swami is like that mother, he will wait. जितना खेलना है खेल लो बेटा, end of the day you will get tired and you will come back to me. ठीक है, you want to play the whole day, you play. But there are some intelligent children who will understand. मम्मी वेट कर रही है, दरवाजे पे खड़ी है, बोले तो मेरे लिए अंदर सोन पापड़ी और vada pav and half a dozen eatables are ready for me, let me go. Other people are like, mummy wait कर रही है, wait करने दो, मेरे को खेलना है. My friends become more important. We get lost in the world. When you get lost in the world, the mother is very, very patient because she has all the time. The hunger will be yours. भूख जब लगती है तब बच्चा घर भागता है. जब तक भूख नहीं लगता, as long as we are lost in the world, we don't feel hungry. Einstein's explanation of relativity of time, right? You're sitting with a person, the meeting is interesting. Swami is talking about, all the dining sessions. I still remember that morning sessions that we used to have on Sunday morning with Swami standing there with the primary school boys. I'm sure most of the brothers who are seated here, who have been there from primary school onwards, they will know this magic. Jagannath, the God of the universe, to whom people, have been doing tapas, literal tapas, torturing their physical frames to have his darshan. He sweetly comes and stands on that beautiful white marble, orange robed, effulgent beauty, early morning. I'm talking about pre-cycle 1 times to post-cycle 1 times. Also, Swami will come, put both his hand behind his back. He look at the little boy and say, "Breakfast ke liye kya khaya?" Arey yaar, people go to God to understand the secrets of life and secrets of infinity. And here's Swami is coming. Breakfast kyo kya khaya? 10 answers, 20 answers. Swami, idli. Wow, great. Kitna idli kaya? Swami, jitna chahiye. Unlimited. One guy will say, unlimited. I've heard such wonderful answers. Unlimited, Swami. Huh? Kitna khaya? Swami, 20, Swami. And Muni auntie is sitting over the back, warden auntie and kitchen auntie. The holy triumvirate. Right now, we have only one of them. The remaining two of them have reached Swami. I'm reminded of those wonderful days. Kitna khaya? Idli ke sath kya khaya? Sambar khaya, Swami. Then, sweetly how Swami will play games. Okay. Morning, he'll be talking to all these primary school boys. Thick hai ki thin hai? Thick sambar, Swami. You should listen to the descriptions. Fir vada khaya? हाँ स्वामी, idli के साथ वड़ा स्वामी. कितना वड़ा खाया स्वामी? Unlimited स्वामी. Literally, some of the teachers who work in primary school, they keep sharing that information with their brothers, and it comes out to us. It apparently, when boys go into the dining hall to have their breakfast, small boys, I mean only till 7th standard they are there. एक हाथ थाली पे होता है, दूसरा हाथ ऊपर रहता है. It's like raising their hand saying they want to have idli. They'll be eating with one hand and they'll be waiting for the idli with the other hand. Literally, apparently the boys will be like that. So it's ऐसा होता है. And God, the infinite, the wonderful, the sublime God we are talking about, the invisible hand of God, is willing to come down to this level and ask a little boy, breakfast ke liye kya khaya? And then in the evening, it will be the turn of our Venkatachalam sir. I really salute Venkatachalam sir. He's in charge of our kitchen in Prashanti Nilayam hostel. And I know him since donkey's years. He's been there. He's one of the great tapasvis, if you ask me. I mean, in a class of his own, everybody has their own love affair with God. And that's why it's called an individual divine romance. And Swami calls himself individual God. The beauty is, Swami comes and calls him. He goes, then same question Swami will ask him. Breakfast ke liye kya banaya? In Swami will talk to him in Tamil. Breakfast enna panna? Rasam eppadi irukkudu? Water mattum dane? How was rasam? Swami, Venkatachalam sir is so steeped in Swami. He anticipates and he knows when to say what. So for some, he'll just give one gulp. That's his unique style. And we all know, Swami is just having his own fun. But in reality, the amount of care that is taken in our hostel regarding our food, I tell you, sorry, moms and dads, aunts and uncles in the group, hostel food is awesome. Awesome, bole to awesome. It's fantastic. It's so tasty. Varieties you will get. And the best part of it is whenever Sevadal brothers, uncles and aunts come from across the country to do Seva, they are pulled to our hostel and we get to eat specialities from that particular state. And those people who will come and teach the recipes to our cooks and we used to whack. Really, we used to enjoy. Ask any boy in the hostel about potato rice and groundnut chutney. Jai ho, you will get one fantastic response. You ask any other guy about parota, pongal, tamarind chutney, guys will go into bliss. You ask any other guy, one of the ultimate favorites of our boys, Maggi noodles and tomato ketchup. Literally, I can see guys licking their lips. Jumba ho, guys will go crazy about it. This is the invisible hand of God according to me. क्योंकि बच्चों को क्या चाहिए? अच्छा खासा खाना चाहिए. They get that. You come home one day, my favorite is onion kachori. One of my North Indian favorites, not ultimate favorite. The ultimate favorite is, I don't know what to define it as, but my North Indian favorite is onion kachori. So imagine my surprise if one day I give a phone call to somebody and say, Arvind, tu apne ghar aa ja rahe, let's have a chat. I'm not talking about COVID situation. I'm talking about a normal situation. We go to their house and suddenly there are onion kachoris there. As far as I'm concerned, that is the invisible hand of God. दिल की बात आंखों के सामने जब आ जाता है, we see the invisible hand of God. वो visible हो जाता है. But funny part of it is, the hand of God has been in our lives all along. Simple example. I'll give the physics example, which I really love. It's a very scientific example. All of us know sine waves, right? There is an amplitude, there is a particular frequency with which a particular body is oscillating, and it is generating a sine wave. Sine wave has got amplitude, crest and trough, crest and trough, crest and trough. If we look at it scientifically, God is the ultimate sine wave. Matlab, perfect amplitude, perfect frequency, perfect vibration, everything is perfect. So जितना crest होता है उतना trough होता है, जितना crest होता है उतना trough होता है. Perfect. That is unattainable in our human physics. But according to, let us take the scientific. Who are we? Human beings with variable amplitude, variable frequency, variable vibration. So our graph goes up and down across the entire thing. BP जब ventricular fibrillation होता है ना, movies में देखे होंगे, they will show you an ECG where something is happening on the screen. We have seen that very much often in our hospitals where you have ventricular fibrillation. Our lives are like that. We have no stability. Jump bump, jump bump, jump bump all the time. In between, suddenly when we sit down for puja, we'll be praying to Swami, please, this 10 minutes, this 1 hour I'm going to give to Swami. And suddenly in between, you hear a cat crashing the milk bowl, and you have to run into the kitchen, because if you don't take care of the cat, your mother will take care of you. I've had that experience. If not mother, somebody else will take care of you. So that differences will be there. Ours are variable frequencies, variable vibrations, and Swami is that standard frequency, standard vibration. At some point, our variable frequency and vibration will overlap itself onto Swami's sine wave. At that moment, life becomes a miracle. Why does life become a miracle? Because what we thought, what we wanted, what we wanted to happen, what we imagined actually happened. It was anyway destined to happen because that was God's will. But at that particular moment, our crazy sine wave overlapped over God's sine wave. The entire sadhana of lifetimes is to ensure that we are able to overlap our sine wave with God's sine wave. That is sadhana. That is the ultimate aim of our lives. Bumps, jumps ke bina. The great, simple, it's so easy to say, very, very difficult to come to. That is the reason why, having been blessed to be born at the time when our beloved Lord came, to be brought into his proximity, to be able to be at his lotus feet as a student, as a sevadal, as a member, as a devotee, jo bhi ho, it makes no difference. We have had the good opportunity of breathing the same air that God breathed, and still we have all these, the variable frequencies, variable vibrations, variable amplitudes. No, it's not fair. I will share with you one last experience before closing. It is already almost 7:19, 7:20. How does God feel? This was one blog that I had written for myself. I'll share with you from where the epiphany hit. God usually doesn't have feelings. He is Nishkalam, Niranjanam, Sanatanam, Niketanam, Nitya, Shuddha, Buddha, Mukta, Nirmala Swarupinam. He is reaction, reflection, return. We are the one who give him the form of Ishvara, but actually he is Brahman. And as Brahman, nothing, he is just, what's that right? Alak Niranjan, eternally new. Alak Niranjan he is. But still, we define, because God himself has defined himself in that 5'3" form which is sitting behind Siddharth, behind that chair. वो फोटो में बैठा है स्वामी. हर के दिल में बैठे हैं स्वामी in different ways. If you look at that definition of beauty that God gives and limits himself to the physical form, a physical form will have likes, dislikes. He will pretend, such he will pretend to be as part of the Navarasas and express all the different emotions. All of us have been through that. I mean, the Narasimha Rupa Swami I have experienced only twice in my life, and that itself has, literally set me at a different level. And our elders who are part of the trust, who are part of Swami's organization, almost needed to face it on a regular basis. तो रियली वी हैव टू टच देयर फीट एंड सैल्यूट देम फॉर देयर forbearance, बिकॉज 2 बार स्वामी ने आंखें लाल की है. Twice Swami looked at me with those Narsimha eyes, literally, I mean, scared out of my skin. I would never like to be in that position again. So one day when I was alone in Bangalore, I have an apartment in Bangalore. I lived in Bangalore for 12 years. I was working in the Whitefield Hospital for 12 years. So I had my own apartment. One day I had made, okay, I'm feeling embarrassed sharing it, but yes, I had made corn pasta. So lovely pasta, amazing, fully, nicely, perfectly done al dente. So it not too soft, not too hard. The pasta was boiled and kept strained, and it was just, I sprinkled some olive oil on that, so it was just resting. I had chopped the onions, I had baby corn with me, then I had the beautiful spring onions, and I had regular red onions, white onions, then I had that soy sauce, chili sauce, all that fancy stuff I had. And so I had made everything separately, and I had made the pasta separate, which is how it is supposed to be done. You make the pasta separately, boil it in salt water and a little bit of oil, al dente, keep it ready, and then you mix that with this entire vegetable concoction: capsicum, tomato, spring onions, green onion. We had an amazing look. Kya baat hai. And then I had mixed both in that huge flat pan non-stick tawa that I had. It's a porcelain one, so on a white base you see all these beautiful colors and all that. And at that point in time I was pretty well built, so I enjoyed myself with a shred of cheddar. So nicely I had grated cheddar cheese on top of that. The cheese was melting, the whole thing was so beautiful. And then I had put a lid on that, allowing it to cool, automatically, so that it becomes soft. And then the kitchen in that apartment is so big that I had my dining table in the kitchen. So from the cooking pile, I lifted that bowl and I was putting it on the dining table. Because साढ़े 1 के dining table पे बैठ के खाने का ना, you have to that whole placemat, that glass of water, that big jug glass carafe. We call it carafe. That glass carafe of water, and then all the stuff. That sliced lemons were next to me. The typical Italian ballyhoo stuff. And I had also purchased olives, black olives and green olives. So this was a typical Italian funda stuff. I just picked that up and I was about to put it onto the table. That thing fell down. You should imagine my consternation. I said, "What the?" All kinds of 4-letter words and this and that, explosion. I had painstakingly prepared this for the past 1.5 hours. Come on, Swami, how could you do this to me? So much of food has gone with. Screaming, yelling, and shouting. And suddenly, in the middle of all that, one voice came. How do you think God feels? Pin drop silence suddenly. I mean, what is the relationship between God feeling and this pasta falling? Then the answer started coming from in between, from inside, अंदर से. कभी कभी होता है ना epiphany, you get answers from within. The answer started coming. You are feeling so miserable that this pasta on which you spent the past 90 minutes fell down and everything is going waste. Imagine how God will feel for all the investment that He has done in you, which is going waste. Think about it. Put all those magic moments together that you have spent with Swami. In my life, I have shared several times. If I had all the group interviews or individual moments, that portico sessions, that one jalak here, one jalak there, one word here, one word there, put all those minutes, seconds, hours together. Swami has given this body called Arvind 2 months of his avataric life. 2 months. All of us, let us do that homework. How many times Swami spoke to us, whether it's a group interview or an individual interview or on the portico, on the jhalak, you add all those magic moments together. How much time has God given us? And what is the outcome? अपने professional lives में, in our professional careers, everywhere we are outcome oriented. Like the great Harry Truman said, don't tell me how long you worked, tell me how much you got done. भगवान को कैसे लगेगा बेटा अरविंद? तूने पास्ता नीचे गिरा दिया और पास्ता के लिए तू इतना रो रहा है. भगवान ने तेरे को 20 साल अपने पास रखा है. भगवान को कैसे लगेगा? अगर तू भगवान की बातें नहीं सुने, how will God feel if you don't listen to what He wants you to listen to, do what He wants you to do? If you are still in the bumping, jumping stage, how does God feel? So every time we look at ourselves in the mirror, when we brush our teeth or comb our hair, let us recollect this. We are where we are because God wants us there. And we become what we work towards. Simple. I still remember one of the senior most people in the trust was just sent out. Later on, we got to know why that gentleman was sent out. Apparently, one income tax commissioner had come, and this gentleman had not behaved properly with that gentleman, and that gentleman got upset, and Swami threw this gentleman out. And Swami called later. He put him back in position later after the entire dust settled, and then Swami explained. In Telugu, Swami said, I'll translate it into English. I have already taught you what to do, how to do. I've given you both. The why, where, when, I don't have to worry. It is part of your job. What and how, both I have taught you. Whether you implement it or not is up to you. If you do it correctly, you will benefit. If you don't do it correctly, you will reap the consequences. Nobody needs to punish you. Your action defines the consequence. Your action defines the consequence. And best part of it was, Swami told us, you know when? 12th standard boys exams were about to start. So before the 12th standard boys exams start, generally they are blessed. Swami would come, he would stand on the portico. And like now we have Pariksha Pe Charcha given by our Narendra Modi sir, Swami would do Pariksha Pe Charcha with all the boys there. Ensure that you are taking 2 pens. Don't look for sharpener, keepner and all sharp. Imagine, yeah, my God, sharpen your pencils. Remember, pen, pencil, rubber, ruler, sharpener should be there in your box. That acronym also Swami graded. Pen, pencil, rubber, ruler, sharpener should be there with you always. First, underline the questions which you feel you can do fast. Tick those questions first. After you tick the question, after you write the answer, you round it off. So you are sure that first you have a checklist. Imagine now we are talking about TQM, quality assurance, learning and development, which I generally do all these nowadays as small contract. But beauty of it is the divinity himself is giving you a checklist on how to write an exam. How many of us can? You apply that same checklist into your real life. Do you still feel the absence of God? Do you still feel that you want to have the omniscience of God felt in some vibhuti coming from some photo? In fact, I asked Swami when I in my first year interview, not first year interview, when I was in my first year, one of the interviews that Swami gave, I asked Swami, after coming back from winter vacation, when by Swami's grace I was back in form, the way Swami gave me a thorough dressing down after I came back from that winter vacation is a different story altogether. If I narrate that, people will have another impression about Swami's polishing. When the Bangaru, when the word Swami uses the word Bangaru, by the way, that was the first word that Swami spoke to me in this physical form. The first word that Swami said to me was Bangaru. So one of my senior brothers बोला अरे यार तेरा शुरू हो गया तेरी वाट लग गई like in Mumbai या हिंदी they say तेरी तो वाट लग गई you are finished. I was a Telugu guy, so I was like, Bangaru means gold. What do you mean? What lagai? What do you mean? What's going wrong? Sai Baba. Then he told, you don't know the meaning of Bangaru? I mean, I thought Bangaru means gold, but no. Swami's definition of Bangaru means gold has to be purified. So the purification of gold will go through a lot of testing, lot of trials, lot of fire, lot of brimstone. That has already started for you. Swami's first word to you was Bangaru. Now you are finished. अरे यार, I was a first year undergraduate, बच्चा हूँ मैं. I was never approached, I mean, I've never been part of the size system before. First time, I don't call, like, nowadays different parliament sizes. First generation devotee, like you have 7th generation i7 chips running into the market. No, 10th generation i7 processors are there. First generation devotee, and this guy scared the hell out of me. That's, I mean, what is this? What is? No. Literally, sometimes even that gold, after boiling the gold, God allows the gold to cool down. That cooling down is called the form phase, where you get lots of chances from Bhagwan and all that stuff. And then after giving all those chances, he'll allow you to digest it. So when you digest all those chances, when you are prepared, he'll give you the next set of sort of firing chalega, and then the next set of chances will come. All of us who have had any interactions with our divine master will know that we have all been through these phases, and it has been different experience for each and every one of us. That is again the invisible hand of God. When he's not talking to you also, he's talking to you. He's telling you something. Swami told, even my avoiding you means that I know where you are. I know where you are. That's why I'm avoiding you. So when people ask questions, what is the question that just popped up over here? How to think of Swami in spite of external disturbance? Now, this is a question that till now I've been answering the same question. How to think of Swami despite the external disturbance? No, boss, I'm having a water bottle here. I was told keep a water bottle ready. I always keep a water bottle. Summer aa gaya, and I'm in Hyderabad, so you can imagine the heat. That too, this is just one floor. So above the terrace, Lord Surya is doing Tandav there, and I'm right below him. This is a half full glass, a half full bottle, or a half empty bottle. It's a half full bottle as far as I am concerned. मेरी प्यास बुझाता है. My thirst is quenched by this half full bottle. It is not by this half empty bottle. The more I think of this half empty, the moment I think of this half empty bottle, my mind runs to the kitchen. And in the kitchen, recently there was an article saying that Hyderabad drinking water is polluted by some bacteria. So boil the water and drink. So immediately the next thought, cybernetic diagram. First, the mind goes to the kitchen, then the mind says, is the water boiled or not? No, water is not boiled, so I should have to boil the water. So I have to go to the kitchen, boil the water, and then the water has to be filtered, filter has to be cooled, cooled has to be kept. When you think of something negative, this is the cascade effect. When you think of something positive, I have water. अरे ठीक है, पानी है यहाँ पे, finish, job done. The more we think of the absence of Swami, the more we think of the absence of God, the more we think of darkness, the more we get confused and obfuscated. The more we think of positivity, the more we think of the happy moments with God. How many of us have seen Sound of Music? I'm giving all these practical examples. Forget about spirituality. Practical example. There's a beautiful song in that. My favorite things. Whenever I feel sad, I think of my favorite things. I mean, it has become a classic hit at that time. Nowadays, you don't hear such hits. All you hear are Yo-Yo Honey Singh yapping some nonsense, and after that, other bamboos. They put a rhythm, they throw some music on top of that, and call it hit. Literally, I get hit when I hear such nonsense. You know what nonsense? You call it music. Music is like Manu Tarpat Hari Darshako Aaj. Music is like, I don't know, Darshan Dijo Aaj, sung as a Meera Bhajan. That too sung by Ashwath Narayan or sung by our brother Pratik. You know, this is music. Anyway, let's not digress. Point is, definitions of what makes us happy, definitions of what keeps us with God. Don't ask how to think of God, just think of God. I had the same query when I was a student because Swami and study. By the way, guys, I'm just an average student. I'm not a fiver. I'm not a gold medalist. I'm just an ordinary average student. One of my teachers told me, Arvind, you don't have to do Sandhya Vandanam, Puja, Gija, and all that. If you want to do, you do. Nobody's stopping you. But if you cannot do, there is this great Shivamanasa Puja by Lord Adi Shankara. Chup chap betho, sit down wherever you are, close your eyes and just do the Shivamanasa Puja. The beautiful thing. Ratne kalpitam asanam himajalai snanam cha divyambaram nana ratna vibhushitam brahmada modankitam chandanam jati champak bilva patra rachitam pushpam cha dupam tata deepam deva dayanide hrit kalpitam kruhyatam. The punchline is hrit kalpitam kruhyatam. Accept it. It's from my heart. Then it continues. Savarne navratna khanda rachite patya gritam payasam. So the whole puja is done in our mind. The whole puja is done in our heart. Really, the beauty of this lies in that. To be able to be in sync with God even when you are in misery. Some great person said, I wept aloud that I was in the hills of sulfur. I opened my eyes and realized the hills of sulfur were in me. It is not a joke. Like I said, you can always find a solution to a problem. Even this morning, we had a big discussion in our local group. Oh my God, this is not the way video is to be taken. That is not the way video is to be taken. Everybody was pointing finger. I sweetly said, boss, use two cameras, na? एक कैमरा स्वामी की तरफ रखो, एक कैमरा लोगों की तरफ रखो. पोस्ट प्रोडक्शन में, in the post production, do a PIP, do a picture in picture. Any decent soft video software will give you. You are giving equal weightage to both the people who are making the offering and the Lord who is receiving the offering. Why make such a big song and dance about it? If you can't do it, pass the buck. We'll handle it. Chapter closed. To be able to identify the solution, that is where will it come from? When you move away from the situation. Somebody is asking, when you go through a rough phase, how does know it is Swami's test or paying for karmas or due to our own ego, as ego does not let you see the truth? First of all, let me be honest with you. This is a highly spiritual question and this should be go to our great, what's his name? Sadhguru Jaggi Vasudev. But in my limited experience, I will just give my experiential answer to this. I went through my Karkataka Shani, 7.5 years, on which 2.5 years of extra misery was added. Those who know the meaning of Sade Sati will understand this. And those who know the meaning of Karkatak Shani will understand this even better. The torture will be immeasurable. I survived it. All right. You know how? I was almost pushed. Can you believe I had close to around 20, no, 12 years of working experience, applied in 28 different institutions, was rejected at 28 different places. 28 rejections. Attend the interview, get rejected. Attend the interview, get rejected. Attend, get rejected. It was miserable. I mean, sometimes it goes into your life that, whatever you do, you have to go through that phase. And that is the phase when you really begin to understand that there is much more in this world that you need to do rather than just be yourself. So, if I consider it as my karma, I have to go back to that boxer's definition. If I consider it as my ego, then I have to take Ravana's definition. Ravana, Brahma, he is a Brahmin. He knew all the Panchabhutas were under his control. He knew all the Vedas. He knew everything. Just one weakness killed him. And what was that weakness? I. मैं हूं, मर गया. Even at the end, after Mandodari told him everybody, he realized that what he was doing was wrong. He knew that what he was doing was wrong. In fact, he even confesses at one point in time. That's another story that is not documented in many Ramayanas, but he confesses at some point in time that, yes, I know what I have done is wrong. But if I accept that I am wrong, the whole Rakshasa clan will get a bad name. So to uphold that name, I have to continue fighting. Matlab kya? When you know you're wrong and you still go down the wrong path, how can you still claim that it is a path's responsibility? You retrace your steps, you swallow your ego. The moment you know that you are wrong, if you step back, everything comes back to normal. I can guarantee you that. That's the way I work. Okay, by Swami's grace, Swami has put me working with principal secretaries and very, very big people. If I make a mistake in the meeting itself, open my mouth and say, yes, madam, it was my mistake. I did not anticipate these variables. I humbly take the responsibility for this. I'll take it up in the next plan, madam. We will correct this in the next plan. The moment you accept your mistake, people will respect you. You feel that if I accept my mistake, other people are going to put me down. Then the last answer, the ego does not let you see the last sentence, not answer. Your ego does not let you see the truth. That comes into play. Put your ego out of the window, everything will become hunky dory. Especially when I dealt with development team, this is what I did. First thing I tell them when I go into the room, guys, I am a dumb. Okay, I am a Dumbo. I look like an elephant and I am Dumbo with big ears. So please treat me as such. You are the geniuses here. You are the coding experts over here. You are the guys who know how to build mansions out of zeros and ones. So I will defer to your expertise in that area. But when it comes to operations, when it comes to ground realities, shut your mouth and listen to me. Because this is my strength and that is your strength. So I respect you, you respect me. I don't tell you what to do. That's what you are trained to do. I mean, you've done courses in that. So I respect that strength. I respect that expertise in you. But when it comes to operations, I cannot change operations because ultimately my customer happens to be the poor patient on the road. I'm talking about public health. My life has been spent only in public health. I still do so much work in public health. So that poor patient on the road is my customer. So whatever hunky dory stuff you want to talk about, you talk. Bottom line, will my patient benefit is the question. So I respect you, you respect me. I won't tell you what to do, how to do, but let's just go about working together. I will tell you what my requirements are. You tell me how you can convert that into a solution. And you talk, please. Just because I'm a senior guy sitting in the room doesn't mean you people have to shut your mouth. Please talk. Give me your ideas. Let's work together. But let's not forget who we are. When you throw your ego out of the window and go as a team member, I'm telling you, exponential success you will face. Honestly, I'm telling you, it really works. Somebody asked me, Arvind, you are assistant director to the principal secretary, Department of Health, Medical and Family Welfare. Whenever you go to these hospitals, we are treating them, Telugu mein Bangaru, जैसे कि "ఏంట్రా నాన్న ऐसे क्यों कर रहे हो बच्चे?" Literally when we talk like this, in Hindi when we talk, it's a very casual way of dealing with things. One senior person asked me, Are you are such in a powerful position, you should be commanding them. I just told him an example. I said, sir, if I ask and the work gets done, why do I need to command? जब पूछने से काम हो जाता है, तो चिल्लाने की क्या जरूरत? When you're able to talk to them and get your work done, literally. Then later on, when we are sitting and having a cup of tea together, I told him the story of that movie Babe. How many of us have seen that movie Babe? It was a baby pig. It's a piglet who thinks that he is a dog, a sheepdog. And then end of the day he wins the entire competition, but in between somebody asks him, how do you get the sheep to do what you want them to do? We have to struggle so much and shout at them. Then the babe says, the little pig says, I just ask them and speak to them and they do it. Fundamentally, 99% of the problems in this world can be solved if people just know how to speak properly. Communication is the key. Sweetly, jo baat, you can catch more flies with honey rather than with vinegar. It's not a joke, it's truth. Jivhe rasagya madhura priyetvam satyam hitantvam paramam vadami avaranayeti madhuraksharani govinda damodara madhaveti. I can quote a lot more. And right now, this is the way to do whatever we have to do. Speak sweetly, speak softly. If things don't work, na, use your referent power. You don't need to become Hitler to get a job done. देखो यार, as an assistant director, I am telling you, finished. All questions will stop. Till then, you are a friend. You're on a Jan Jigri here. You're talking about how to make. I'm a pure vegetarian. But if somebody begins to share their murk masala recipe with me, I will say, see, why don't you add spring onion instead of raw onions? You know, that gives a tangy, bitter flavor. And on top of that, if you squeeze, yes, sir, it will taste very good. Yeah. You play with all kinds of sensitivities at that level. But finally, when you have to get the job done, pull rank, if necessary. 99% of the time, if you are nice with people, the job gets done. To be honest with you, really Swami's grace, I was working with government of Andhra Pradesh. Again, I'm repeatedly saying, the invisible hand of God works like this. I never anticipated that I would get a chance to work with government of Telangana. I thought it was a small project, which I'll be working over here in Warangal. From there, the principal, the collector of that particular district became the commissioner of health, medical and family welfare. She sent a message to me, proper email, Bhaiya, please send me all the pilots that you have done. I want the output. I want to implement the same thing across 21 district hospitals in Telangana. She did that. What happened? All the 21 district hospitals went in for NQAS, that is National Quality Assurance Standards. Out of 21, 17 got NQAS accreditation, NQAS certified. So more money started coming to those hospitals to serve more patients. This cascade effect went to Andhra Pradesh. The principal secretary of Andhra Pradesh gives me a call. Of course, a lot of things happened between that. I spoke to a couple of seniors there saying, look, guys, this is the kind of work that I'm doing. Can you give me a reference to I can continue the work? Then principal secretary, madam secretary calls me, says, madam wants you to come for a meeting. Go for the meeting. In one meeting, madam says, okay, job done. Come on, you are selected. Get the job done. In one meeting, I mean, literally Swami works. I didn't imagine that I'll be working at such a level. Yes, after taking up that responsibility, I had to travel. I visited all the 17 hospitals that I was supposed to visit. I stayed with them, worked with them. And then technology use karo yaar, as somebody told in some movie. I bought an 40-inch television. At that time, WhatsApp video calls were not so famous. Skype was running. At one point in time, we used to have 6 different hospitals concertedly working. So what used to happen in a serial process now started happening in a parallel processing. So we went from 30% to 70% within 3 months. 30% to 70% in 3 months. Is it Arvind doing anything? Bhagwan ka hai. It is in his invisible divine hand that is working. It is he who is making me speak. Are beautiful experiences Swami has given where he has told me, I am zero, God is one. He has proved that to me. I don't want to take too much of time. Already it's 7:44. Oh yeah. I've shared this experience once. I think I already shared in Dharmakshetra episode, my heart lung machine wala experience, where Swami literally broke all definitions of ego. Broke all definitions of ego. Fatafat in my life. At no point in my life can I ever take credit for anything that I'm doing. Swami is doing it. मैं कुछ भी नहीं हूँ. Today, giving this talk, sharing all these thoughts with so many brothers and sisters, elders, aunts and uncles, sab bade logon in front of all these people, I am able to talk so confidently. Why? Swami is the one. I am zero. Zero can make any amount of noise that the zero wants because the zero is confident that the one is right next to it. That is when the zero gets a value. To be honest with you, if Arvind had not been with Bhagwan Sri Satsai Baba, would Siddharth invite Arvind to give a talk here? Why did Arvind get any value? इस चेहरे को और इस बॉडी को वैल्यू इसलिए मिला क्योंकि भगवान मेरे साथ है. गॉड इज विद मी. दैट इज व्हाई आई एम समथिंग. इफ गॉड इज नॉट विद मी, आई एम नथिंग. As some great person said, sir, let us all pray that God is on our side. Then that great person said, let us pray that we are on God's side. That is the greatest blessing. We should be on God's side. Bhagwan, आपने मेरा हाथ पकड़ा. You have held my hand. Let me be eternally conscious that you are holding me by my hand. Siddharth, do you remember that Jayadeva drama? In that Jayadeva drama, there is one beautiful scene in the middle of the drama where Krishna comes to Jayadeva as Naval Kishore, a young boy. And Jayadeva is literally crying. I mean, Jaydeep did a fantastic job. He lived the role. Stage pe ro raha tha. We could imagine the amount of love that he had for Swami. I tell you, really had that love for Swami. Both of them, and crazy. I mean, the drama was like just bhakti, Lalitya, Madhurya, Parabhakti bole to. It was there in that drama. You could see it in every actor. Jaydeep is crying. When Jayadeva is crying, and he's saying, he's smiling, and he's looking at Krishna, and he's not looking at Krishna, he's looking at Swami. Jaydeep was looking at Swami. And the dialogue was, my Krishna is always with me. He's laughing, he's smiling, he's always holding me by my hand. And then he lets go of Krishna's hand, and then he begins to weep. But I am that fool who sees and yet cannot see Krishna. Krishna. See the difference. As long as you are holding God's hand, you are happy, you are in bliss, you are happy. Happiness is union with God. The moment you let go of that hand, moment you start looking towards the world, once you go towards pravriti, you are in misery because disconnect aa gaya. Many people question how to be in the world and yet think of God. This is what Swami said, na man mein Ram, haath pe kaam. In what other simple way can Swami tell? That's why I'm saying Occam's razor is a big problem with all of us educated and uneducated people also. To be honest with you, people who are from the earth, na, children of the soil, they are unpolluted, boss. They are simple. You tell them, see, this is the way to God, they'll blindly follow. I had the good fortune of addressing literal tribal people in some remote location of Srikakulam district. Most of them have not even had Swami's darshan. Okay, but their devotion to Swami, I tell you, is so firm that against all odds, magic is happening there. Why is it happening? Faith. God is there, he will take care. Half full glass, not half empty glass. Jitna positive energy jayega, the more the positive energy goes, the more God will come to you. You are only as distant from God as you are from yourself. If you keep yourself empty, filling yourself with negative thoughts and saying, Swami, where are you? Swami, where are you? Swami will wait. Never forget that Draupadi episode. Dwarakavasi, Mathuravasi, this Vasi, that Vasi, finally, Hridayavasi. Thak, Lord Krishna came. That is the logic. Do not at any point in time think that Swami has abandoned us. Moment we begin to overthink, we get confused. See, mind is not used to, literally mind is like a lawyer, boss. If there are any lawyers in this group, my humble apologies at their lower lotus feet. Please forgive me for that. But mind is like a lawyer. Where there is nothing, something will be created. And on the basis of that something else will happen. And on top of that something, 20 other things will happen, and you will be paying the bill for all those 20 things when actually nothing was actually there. Mind is like that. It screws you up. It literally makes you go crazy. Moment you start thinking, you'll have a problem. You see that beautiful movie, they say, Dil ka kaam dimag se. This is how he does it. Dil ka kaam dimag se. So heart and hand have to work together. Head and heart have to work together. Only then there is Trikarna Shuddhi. Only then you can see God. Manas anyat, vachas anyat, karman anyat, duratmana. At this point in time, when we are having this satsang, my phone has rung 16 times till now. It's in vibrator mode. It has rung 16 times. If I start giving that attention, will I be able to share the thoughts with you? Phone is in vibrator mode. Alag dal diya hai. There is a time, there is a place for everything. When we are giving attention to something, it becomes stronger. When we don't give attention to something, it becomes weaker. If we give attention to the presence of Swami in our life, thank you, Swami, that I'm alive today. Thank you, Swami, that, right now I'm able to do something and I want to do something. please make me an instrument in your divine hands. That is the only line that I write to Swami. Even when I used to write letters, there is an occasion when Swami told, don't write letters to me. I know what you are writing even before you write. Now time waste Chaiko. Swami, don't waste my time. अरे बाप आप तो कालातीत है भैया. Everybody are writing tons and tons of letters to you and you have patience to read all those letters, but if I write one letter you don't have time. Indirectly Swami is telling, shut up Ra, I'm already inside you, take it easy, I'll handle the show. Realize that, sometimes God has to do that directly, otherwise it becomes indigestion. I still remember that. I still remember that occasion when Swami came and all of us so-called farm boys were sitting in the first row, and Swami looks at one of the brothers and says, lose motion? And that guy is blinking, hale and hearty, and Swami looks at him and says, are you having lose motion? And then he doesn't respond. Swami looks at me and says, lose motion? Did he lose motion? Does he have lose motion? Imagine, yeah, sitting in Mandir, such an embarrassing question. And then I say, yes, Swami. Good. And then Swami moves forward. And then he finishes everything. And then this guy looks at me, what, yeah? What are you telling, man? What lose motion and all? I'm perfectly fine. Swami tells something, you will simply tell, yes, sir. I just want to be in form or what. All this happens near the Krishna statue. And that Krishna has witnessed to so many different conversations that we have inside Prashanti Mandir. Literally, if that Krishna could speak now, you could write 10 more, 20, 30, 100 more Upanishads over there. Lot of closed discussions happen. Upanishad. We are very close to him and we sit down and we talk. And then I told him, boss, intention is very simple. Yeah, what is loose motion? When do you get stomach upset? Too much of input and no digestion. Too much of input in too short a time. That is what I told him. Too much input in too short a time leads to indigestion. एक ही दिन में अगर 15 किलो का खाना खाएंगे तो क्या होगा? Even if you drink 2 tons of nothing is going to happen. You will end up in the loop always with loose motion. So indirectly, Swami is telling you, Bhaiya, Swami has, I have given you so much of attention, I have given you so much of input. Start digesting it. It is just passing through your system like you had a stomach bypass. Start digesting it. Otherwise, all of us will end up having only loose motion because we read, we listen, but we don't practice. There is only Gyatum and Drashtum. There is no Praveshtum. That is also a waste. All three have to be there. Shravanam, Mananam, very nice. What is the point in having all the knowledge if you can't practice it? Nididhyasanam is important. These are not my words. This is Swami himself has told in public discourses. He gives the example of potato chapati. How many? All of us must have heard that example. He must have told it 20, 30 times. In all the discourses that I have heard of Swami, especially during summer course time, Swami goes potato chapati because summer course food at that time was ultimate. I'm talking about the 92, 93, 95 summer courses. I literally put on 10 kilos during summer course. My mom didn't recognize me. She was shocked. She said, oh my God, what happened to you? I said, Mom, good food, Mom. And then, of course, my warden was after me. Arey, do jogging, yeah. Otherwise, Swami will stop talking to you. That is when I realized pure devotion is also not enough for Swami. Healthy body, healthy mind, both are required. Keep the mind aside. Pure heart, healthy body, healthy mind. All three required to stay in form. All right, we'll discuss about form on some other occasion. There's a huge matrix, It's called the form matrix. Nif, if, of, af. Not in form, out of form, anti-form. In between, there is something called temporarily in form. Now, that TIF concept also came in a bit later. So all these acronyms are there: hostel language, hostel jargon, student life. And with Swami, the Divine Master, I tell you, I don't know how much of love Swami has poured on all of us. I feel, among all the people in the world, we are the cheapest people because we have been in the shadow of the candle. But when I see the smile on the face of that devotee sitting in the 23rd row or during birthday sessions, 50th row, just the ananda that you see in their eyes and their face when Swami just turns in that direction, that is devotion. That is devotion. That is love. That is surrender. Okay. The more we are stuck with the physical form, the more difficult the concept of surrender. Let us remember that. The great Paramahamsa Ramakrishna himself had to go through so much of travel to cross the physical form. And that is sadhana. Right now, even thinking about Swami is making me emotional. But that is the love of Swami. He is always there with us. To derive satisfaction, what is the next question? Whenever I'm loaded with work, unable namasmana, satisfaction. Work is worship. I mean, who asked this question? Learning center to everyone. Obviously, work is worship. But remember, worship is also worship. Please remember both. I'll tell you that experience also. It happened with me. Thank you for this question. This is again Swami. See, all the questions that are being asked are questions for which I have had experiences with Swami. See, this is again Swami. Zero has value because of one. See, everything that is happening today is because of Swami. I got so busy in hospital work. Swami told, you take care. You are the leader. So called, Swami literally, he's the one who fuels the ego and he's the one who pops the balloon also. Because he knows kitna weakness kiska hai, how much of weakness who has. Swami knows. He created us. So I got so busy in hospital work that I did not go for 3 consecutive weekends to Puttaparthi. And every weekend, Swami would ask the boys, okay, Arvind ekkada, Vibhishana ekkada. Forget Arvind. Swami would never call me Arvind. He would always call me Vibhishana. Vibhishana ekkada. Either it would be Vibhishana or Bhima or Bhishma. A different Bhishma is a role that I'm continuing to play. But Vibhishana and Bhima I played in his divine presence. So, Swami, Vadekada, Vibhishana would rally me, Bhim would rally me, and all that. Next, guys came back and told, hey, Swami is calling you, man. You'd better come. No, 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 no. This consignment is coming. I have to be there. I have to get this consignment in its location and all. Then I'll come. Third week got over. Third week, guys came back. Hey, boss, Swami is very, very clear. You have to come for darshan next weekend. Swami has told specifically Vadni Rammanu. Swami has told. You know the words. When some of the elders who have been part of the inner circle, they know when Swami says Vadni Rammanu, that means something is going to happen. कुछ आग लगने वाली है. मतलब gold का burning शुरू होने वाला है. So Vadni Rammanu, that word came. So but जब Godfather बुलाता है तो बेटे को जाना ही पड़ेगा. So when Godfather calls, the son has to go. So I went to Puttavarthi. At the moment I go and show my face, Swami's look on his face. It was like, how can I describe that expression on Swami's face? It was, I don't know. I mean, the sentence from Swami's mouth came, ఇప్పుడు టైం దొరికిందా నీకు मतलब अब तेरे को टाइम मिला did you get the time now imagine the lord of the universe people for whom just to listen to get one drishti from one look from Swami, people come from thousands of kilometers, spend years and years and years and years. The god stands on the portico, looks at me and says, now you find time to come to me. Next question, pani ayipoyinda, is the work done? Just like a dad who is sort of having a bit upset with his son कि बेटे ने मेरे को मिलने से नहीं आया, the son did not come and meet me, my son did not come and meet me. That kind of that love, that interaction with Swami. ఇప్పుడు టైం దొరికిందా, did you find time now to come? Swami, there was so much of work. I know work will always be there. Work is worship. Worship is also worship. How do you like that punchline? Work is worship. Pointing towards himself. Worship is also worship. Darshanam cheskovala. Come and have my darshan. Energy vastundi. All this on the portico. Please, this is not some private interview or anything. On the portico, all of us there. Swami is telling me this. Evening time. Just before bhajan start, interviews got over. All of us know how romantic that atmosphere will be. Beautiful time. Flute music will be going on. Earlier, veena and flute used to be there. Now it is only flute. At that time, now Bhagwan is not physically there, so that also has stopped. But when Bhagwan was physically there, flute music would take place. Before that flute music, there would be 15 minutes of total silence. Swami would come, do whatever he wants. Jin ko jitna jitna bless karna hai, he would bless. I tell you, Swami is standing there. All of us are there. All the eyes, cynosure of attention. Literally, those who are in Kulvanthal, you can visualize that beauty of Swami. And in front of all of them, Swami is giving this attention to this humble being. He has given such attention to so many different people. I am sharing this with me, with all of you. Why? Because it is pertinent to that question. Work is worship. Worship is also worship. Find a time for God. It has come to such a situation. We are being forced to ask to find time for God. Why do you need to find time for God? He that gives God second place gives him no place at all. How many of us have heard this statement? He that gives God second place gives him no place at all. First priority should be God. God first. Others next. Myself last. The moment we follow this, personally, I'm telling you in my own life, the outcome has been fantastic. Everything that you wish for will happen when you put God first. It will not happen in the time frame that you define, or I define, or Sid or Abhinav or anybody defines. It will not happen according to our time frame. It will happen according to his time frame. But the effort has to be from our side. My teachers, in fact, I can see Nandagopal sir here, Sairam sir. One of my ultimate teachers is Nandagopal sir, unchanging. He is a yogi. I'm not praising him, I'm stating a fact. Swami told, ఊగులాడేవాడు జీవుడు ఊగకుండేవాడు దేవుడు. So yogis are those people who do not change. People who keep dingle dangling like one pendulum in a clock, they are jivas. ఊగులాడేవాడు జీవుడు ఊగకుండేవాడు దేవుడు. Those who don't change are devas. And my teachers are my gurus. I have learned so much from them, from their sacrifice, from their discipline, the way they are and the way they continue to be. In fact, the room in which Nandagopal sir is sitting is the room where we have scripted all those 7 dramas. And all the magic has happened. Sir, is that photo still there on the wall? Swami sitting on that Julha? That amazing photo. Yes, sitting right under that magical photograph. We have scripted so many dramas for Bhagwan, which Swami blessed us to present in his divine presence. So never ever at any point in time feel that God is not with us. God is always with us. We have to ensure. It is like this mobile phone. अगर फोन को एयरप्लेन मोड में रखा, you put the phone in an airplane mode and you expect your WhatsApp to work, is it not stupidity? The tower may be right next to your house. The phone has to be switched on. The phone should be in receiving mode. It should not be in airplane mode. We put ourselves in the airplane mode when we go towards the world. God waits. The moment we turn the signal back, arre, tower is 100% over there. Always there. Signal is full. See, we don't need any physical or say manifestations of God to tell us that God is with us. He is always there with us all the time. We only have to perceive it. Please. We still can't be in that karpanya doshopata svabhava situation, See, we cannot still say I'm still in Arjuna Vishada Yoga after 85 years of the Lord's avatarhood being with us and innumerable amount of inputs being provided to us from 100 different directions, physically from Swami, emotionally from Swami, spiritually from Swami, and through hundreds of divine instruments around him. We still can't say Arjuna Vishada Yoga. That is foolishness. That is like, how does God feel when I threw the pasta down? That is how God will be feeling. Arey yaar, itna diya maine usko. What is the point if this guy is still in Vishada Yoga? God does not want Vishada Yogas. God wants Sthitosmi gato bhuyat karishe vachanam tava. And that needs to happen now. That needs to happen now. And that is what COVID is teaching us. I am in you, with you, above you, below you, around you. I am always with you. Do not at any point in time feel that God is away from you. He is not. Even during my Karkataka Shani, God sent people into my life to keep me engaged, to keep me sane, that I continue to do Swami's work. And the more you do Swami's work, the more Swami will do your work. Tamasha is, your work and Swami's work are the same. Whatever profession you are doing, you may be a tax consultant, you may be a healthcare expert, you may be my latest friend, one of my, I'm very proud of Rajesh. He has become one of the greatest blockchain experts in India. You may be doing blockchain, and recently he put a post in LinkedIn. Reading that was like reading some science fiction novel introduction. Half the jargon I could never understand. But whatever he's doing is all to serve society, right? In one way or the other, he's earning his income, but you're serving society, right? So whatever you're doing, and what is society? Creation. What is creation? Reflection of God. So whatever you're doing is actually whatever you're doing for God. So everything is God's work. You want a more scientific explanation? Not required. Think logically. Everything that you are doing is for society. You may be earning your income. You may say you are earning for yourself. Fine, earning is yours. You know, give and take. Swami himself told love is a two-way relationship. So service also becomes a two-way relationship. Even if you say I'm doing nishkama karma, you may not have a desire, but you'll always get the result. That is written by Chitragupta in the book, and Swami will take care of that. So there is no cause without an effect. There is no effect without a cause. God is always there with us. The invisible hand of God is always working in our lives. We need to see that. We need to look for that and not cry. Pashyan napicha napashyati chamudo, like how Jayadeva was crying, I am that fool who sees and yet cannot see. We don't have that excuse anymore, brothers and sisters, aunts and uncles. We don't have that excuse anymore. 85 years Swami has been telling us. If people, doable steps, aligning frequency. Ayya, come on. Why are you asking me this question? 10-point code of conduct, 9-point code of conduct which Swami has given. What other doable steps do you want? He himself, Swami himself dictated that 9-point code of conduct. What other steps do you want? See, this is what I mean by saying Occam's razor. It is right in front of you. How to be a good devotee, how to maintain discipline, how to focus your energies, how to ensure that you are his instrument he has given in the 9-point code of conduct. No need to reinvent the wheel. Just blindly follow. Just blindly follow. Do not try to titrate it. The moment you begin titrating it with various degrees of dilutions and concentrations, you will have problem. Don't dilute it. Just implement what Swami said. Is it so difficult? It's not difficult. If it is difficult, we have to get it done. That means that is our sadhana. If something that is not happening in our life, we have to make it happen. That is our sadhana. And if it is going to take some effort, that is also sadhana. The more positive energy you pour into a particular function, what's it called? Law of attraction. The more energy will come to you. Swami himself has told. మీరు మంచి పని తలుచుకోండి, నేను చేస్తాను. You decide that you want to do some good work, I will help you, I will get it done. Pray to me, I will get it done. I still remember that occasion inside the bhajan hall when all of us were complaining to Swami saying, Swami, this is not happening, that is not happening, this problem, that problem. And sweetly Swami sat in his chair, మీరేమి చేయలేకపోతే నాకు ప్రే చేయండి, నేను చేస్తాను. You can't get a greater blessing than that. Translation of that is, if you are not able to do anything, pray to me, I will do it. You cannot get a greater blessing than that. And this I'm not boosting, okay? This is not some concocted thing. All, including Andagopal sir, everybody was sitting in the bhajan hall on that day. This was part of a central trust meeting. Swami had blessed all of us with this opportunity. We were all sitting inside bhajan hall, and I asked Swami this question, and Swami gave this answer. If you cannot do anything, pray to me, I will do it. But that pray to me is the word pray underlined 1,000 times with sincerity, integration, and devotion. If that is not there, as Swami said in a public discourse, temporary prayer, temporary grace. Sorry, temporary devotion, temporary grace. Full-time prayer, full-time grace. So since we can't do full-time, Swami gave Namasmarana. You can't simply continuously sit and do like Japam, Dhyanam and all that, right? So keep chanting Ram, Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram. It works. After a while, it goes on. Everybody has two voices inside their head. And those who don't have two voices, I salute them. They are beyond. They are all aparajitas. So there are two voices inside your head, the mind and the conscience. You synchronize with that conscience. The conscience will keep telling Sairam, 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 Sairam. Mind will go crazy. I have experienced it personally with Swami. And I've asked Swami questions also. That's a different interview altogether. Where literally Swami called me, made me sit. There were only 7 people in that Trai Brindavan in the Julha room. And Swami asked him questions, doubts, adugu. 2.5 hours. It was 1 o'clock till 3 o'clock. 1 to 3, 2 hours. 2 hours happily I sat there. Nice question answer session with Bhagwan. Swami answering all kinds of questions. Amazing. So, point I'm trying to make, I repeat again and again, God is always with us. The invisible hand of God is always with us. Swami has never abandoned us. Don't look for miracles. Miracles are happening every day in your life. All you need to do is realize that whatever is happening because of Swami. And we need to do our part. What is our part? Pray to God. If you cannot do anything, at least pray. Like Swami told, మీరేమి చేయలేకపోతే నాకు ప్రే చేయండి, నేను చేస్తాను. If you can do something, do it. Because that is what you are meant to do. If you cannot do, pray. That also Swami will take care. So end of the day, once again, thank you, Swami, for this opportunity, for reminding myself. God is with us, in you, with you, around you, above you, below you, always. Eternally, He is there with us. And Swami's assurance is there. If I have held your hand, I will never let go. You may let go, but I am still holding you. देखो जब मूवी में दिखाते हैं ना, wrists ऐसा पकड़ते हैं. If my right hand is God's hand and this is my hand, even if I let go, He is not letting go. पकड़ के बैठा है. And He has given us various assurances of holding us. For me, it is this ring. For others, it could be something else. Different ways in which Swami is assured that He is there with us. This is just to keep the mind under control. The moment the mind steps aside and says, okay, boss, Swami is there, even the rings will disappear. I have an occasion for that also. We will share that occasion, that experience at some other time. Everything has a purpose. So, thank you, Sid. Thank you, Abhinav. Thank you, everyone, for this wonderful opportunity. It's been a great time talking about Swami, and you guys gave me 2 hours. I'm so happy for that. 2 hours? No, 6:30 to 8, 8:10. अरे बहुत हो गया. I'm so sorry. No, कहते कहते सुनते सुनते आंखों में भरा था पानी मेरे साई की सुंदर कहानी. So we can go on talking about Swami and go on discussing ways in which he has changed our lives and he has blessed us with opportunities to be part of his divine mission. Again, we don't have to be in Vishada Yoga. It's all over. It's all in the past. We should now be in the final sloka. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara, Tatra Shri Vijaya Vibhuti Dhruvani Tirmatir Mama. My prayer to Swami to continue to use us as his divine instruments in his divine mission. Swami, by your grace, we have love and devotion towards you. Please bless us that we continue to be your instruments and continue to have love for you. Jai Sai Ram. Thank you for the opportunity. Jai Sai Ram.
I think, Brother Arvind, you have beautifully taken us through the topic, which is the invisible hand of God. And I don't think more than that anybody can, explain it beautifully. How during this testing time, not only this COVID times, how during this entire journey, Swami of 85 years has taught us that He's always there. And one line which you have mentioned, I would like to, remind. I am reminded of the line: "You are where you are because God wants you to be there." So thank you once again, Brother Arvind, for sharing such beautiful thoughts with us. Before I end, I can see Nimish Uncle, our All India President, who's there with us today. So, Nimish Uncle, if you can share your thoughts about today's talk with all of us.
Wow. One second, Bridget, be online.
Start video.
You are mute, no?
Start video. It's on. Let me get out.
Ram.
Saram Uncle.
Yeah, Arvind. I'm sure you didn't know that I was a lawyer listening to you.
सर जी मालूम था सर जी बीच बीच में स्कैन कर रहा था मैं
Huh?
बीच बीच में स्कैन कर रहा था मैं देखा कि आप आए हो
No, it's always a pleasure listening to you. An amazing saga. And I was just telling Kamla, I said, this is one man who has so much to share with the whole world. And it's so beautiful. So great listening to you, Arvind. अभी कहाँ है आप? अभी वाराणसी में है?
नहीं sir ji, right now I'm in Hyderabad. I'm with my mother. Thanks to COVID, I thought I'll be here and be of some use to her.
Very
So,
good.
anyway, I'm working from home, तो क्यों ना घर में रहे.
हाँ, सही बात. Great. Very nice to. I really enjoyed your talk. I was listening in and out between 2-3 calls, but it's always a great pleasure listening to you. Kamla was asking me who this Arvind is. I said, you see him properly, you'll come to know what a powerhouse he is. I said, and I said we've had the occasion of working with him earlier, and it's great. So I'm happy now. So you are with the government and you're a part. So I didn't know that fact. So now I have to find out ways and means how to involve you in the larger organizational structure, which is very, very
I was
important.
with the government, sir ji. Right now, I'm an independent consultant.
Acha.
So I work with different organizations depending upon what their needs are.
Acha.
So Bhagwan ki kripa se, I'm helping them with their healthcare IT. I'm helping them with some quality assurance programs in healthcare. And most importantly, we need to empower our human resources to get onto the bandwagon of ensuring that they harness technology thoroughly, correctly, in the right way. So, yeah, learning and development ka bhi, I keep helping certain organizations. Of course, when I say help, I mean it's a job. But there is pleasure in that because God is allowing us to help poor patients across the entire country. So, end of the day, Swami ne ek baar bola tha, I want to share this. At one point in time, Swami asked me when I was playing the role of PR manager in his super hospital.
Yes.
I asked Swami ne पूछा था, सबको पूछा था, what are you doing? What are you doing? So Swami looked at me. I was holding the video camera and taking video of Swami. And then Swami asked me, I said, without taking the video camera aside, I said, Swami, public relations. I mean, instead of putting the camera down and doing namaskar and all that fancy stuff, I just continued doing it. I said, Swami, public relations. I didn't want to miss that moment of Swami looking at the camera. And then Swami looks at me and says, "Nuveppudu public relations ira." Like he translates to saying, "You are always at public relations." So I take it as a blessing if I'm able to serve more and more people in whatever way I can.
Yes.
So that is entirely Swami's grace.
Great.
Zero
Great.
and one by.
Nice listening to you and looking forward to work with you even at the national level.
Definitely, sir. Whatever Swami's will, I'm available. I'm available.
God bless. Thank you very much.
Sairam, right? Sairam.
Thank you so much, Nimish uncle. Also, we have Nand Gopal sir, our very own Nand Gopal sir. Sir, we would like you also to share your thoughts about today's talk from Brother Arvind.
Sir, unmute yourself, sir. We can't hear you. Unmute yourself, sir. सुनाई नहीं दे रहा है. Abhinav, I think sir cannot hear us.
Okay, I think sir is not able to.
Sir is muted. Sir, can you hear us?
Sairam, I think sir's mic is not connected. He's unmuted.
It is.
Mic is not connected.
Is somebody WhatsApp him? Yeah. तुम लोग कोई WhatsApp करो उनको. Quickly WhatsApp him. I should message him. Okay. Sir, your mic is in mute. Sir, can you hear us? Oh. I think sir has stopped speaking, Abhi.
Sir is not able to.
Yum, as my little niece used to say. I'll ping him, yeah. I'll ping him on WhatsApp. Why don't you guys also ping him, man?
I think we'll close because it's already 8:15.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
We'll do that. I mean, we have taken so many people so much of time. I don't know.
Sure.
I think sir is speaking. Sir, sorry, sir, we couldn't hear you, but we'll discuss later, sir, offline.
We'll end today's session with Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu.
Definitely, Sairam.
Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की जय. साई राम.